Hey guys, it's Tara and welcome back to Reviewniforms. Yay! The channel where I react, rant, rate, and review uniforms from all over the world, from all walks of life. So if you want to hear what I think of some cool uniforms or some not so cool uniforms, then keep on watching. I am ready to see some uniforms. So, what's the first one you've got for me?
I'll review live. Game days are some of the best days to eat, drink, dance, and be merry, right? Well, the Tilted Kilt knows how to make your beer frothier, your wings tastier.
Okay, wow, guys, what are you doing to me? This is the Tilted Kilt, and the Tilted Kilt is a chain restaurant that is a restaurant, and it has amazing food, an amazing uniform, and amazing staff. And the reason I'm so taken aback is because I designed this uniform. This uniform was redesigned in 2015 and it had been an established brand for a very long time. I redesigned their uniform. So yeah, this is my design. So 5 Reviewnicorns. All right, next. I'm kidding. We should look at it and review it first before I give myself 5 Reviewnicorns, right? Right, okay. Let's see some more.
Oh, we are already hungry. We should have smell-o-vision. It smells so good in here. Manager Ray Roman and Chef Sylvester Castillo are here with some great game day specials and some folks who are all dressed up in honor of the occasion. Ooh, fantastic.
If you look on the side, you'll see that beside the chefs and the hosts, we've got the Tilted Kilt staff, which is comprised of the kilt girls and the kilt guys. Yes, believe it or not, there are kilt guys as well. So you can see the full uniform. It's really cute. It looks pulled together right here. You can't see it like entirely up close, but you can also see that the chefs are wearing a coordinated uniform with the logo and the branding. So I hope we get some close-up looks, but all in all, obviously, I'm obsessed.
For those who have never been, what is the experience like at the Tilted Kilt?
A lot of people. We open at 9 o'clock. We actually serve breakfast from 9 to
9
11.
Legs and eggs. Don't unsubscribe, please.
Football season because of the game schedules?
Yeah, absolutely.
And where exactly are you guys located?
We're located over at the Links Promenade.
Anything new coming up with models? In terms of what they're...
Well, as far as models, is just pretty much generally the idea of Renee right over here.
He's like, dude, what more do you want? They're like, are there any new things in terms of the models of the kilt girls? And he's like, no, just the concept of them looking fantastic. That's the draw. And as they're showing this kind of more close-up of the uniform, you can see it is so well fitted and so cute. I love the branding on the arms. That was right on the cuffs. That was something we brought in to just not only bring that plaid very much forward, which is their, signature branding, but they also have a very good looking logo that brings in that, bit of green and yellow for that Scottish look. And I don't know if I mentioned that, it's a Scottish themed bar. Let's see some more.
All girls bar, pretty much bartenders, servers, hosts, and everything. So it's just a really good, fun atmosphere.
I love working here because of the environment. I love the staff, I love the manager. My favorite thing about Tilted Kilt Schaumburg is the awesome people that I get to see every day.
The food is great and we have a huge selection.
What I want you to notice about all these girls is that they're all different sizes of bodies, bust, chest size, shoulder width, and they all look completely the same and absolutely polished in this uniform. It is because you know what I'm gonna do? I'm going to put up a picture of their previous uniform next to their current uniform. And so you can look and see that the redesign that I did was mainly to the top and the kilt. And their top before was a 2-piece top. It was a bra, an actual plaid bra. So you can imagine all the different boob sizes that the managers had to stock, an infinite number and sizes of bras, as well as that white shirt didn't fit everyone the same because of their bust size. So you'd have some girls revealing just a little bit of cleavage and some with just everything all out there. Not that there's anything wrong with that. And so what I did was I combined those, the bra and the shirt, and integrated it into one piece. So it still looks, if you look at this top, it still looks like it is kind of those two pieces put together, but it's actually one piece of top that just goes around, ties in the front, and everyone looks the same. Quite a genius move, if I might say so myself. Lastly was taking the kilt and redesigning it to something that was a little bit shorter and a little bit better fitting. We even added pleats to the kilt so that it gave a little swish and a little movement when they walked through the restaurant. And I think that that is, I don't know, a little extra, a little necessary extra to add into a uniform, especially when you've got a cute theme like this. You want to make sure that that uniform looks good going and coming. So the little pouch that they wear is called a sporran. It is really just a pouch to carry pens and all that kind of stuff in. I don't know exactly what the real bagpipers, the real Scottish men use it for, but the sporran stayed the same. It is beautiful leather pouch that is very authentic to the look. And then they've got the tall socks with the little flags on them, which are called flashes.
From milk stouts to IPAs. At Tilted Kilt Schaumburg, we're one big family. I love working here. I love special events, especially UFC nights. The best place to watch Chicago sports.
Okay, so in this still shot with all three girls here, you can see they're different heights, they're different sizes, they're different bust sizes, but they all look clean and the same. And that is something that's really important in uniforms. If you're gonna do multiple pieces instead of just, think about if you're a fast food restaurant, you just got a shirt or a polo and you're guaranteed everyone's gonna look the same. Well, when you've got different pieces and different bodies, if you know what I mean, there's a lot of variation. So I designed this uniform to look precisely the same on every single server. And I think you can see right here, we made it happen. Go Waitressville. That's the name of my company. Have I ever told you guys? Yes, that's the name of my company, Waitressville. Yeah, go Team Waitressville on this one.
I'm not gonna lie, I love the costume.
Me too, it's fun. Tilted Kilt Schaumburg. A cold beer never looks so good.
All right, now we're getting to see a picture, and this looks like it's probably one of their marketing photos. You're getting to see the kilt guy beside the kilt girl. Now, the kilt guys, they are not servers. They're always busboys or sometimes bartenders, but they wear a kilt too. And it's just obviously a much longer kilt, and they have the cute sayings on the back of the shirt, like real men wear kilts and things like that. Wonder what's under my kilt. And because that is, I guess, like a little part of the Scottish lore that when the men wear kilts and all those bagpipers are out there playing and wearing kilts and the wind's blowing, that there's nothing underneath there. It's a tradition to wear nothing underneath the kilt for men. Whether or not they're wearing anything, I mean, I don't divulge my clients' company secrets. I will take that to the grave. All right, so how many Reviewniforms do I give the Tilted Kilt servers? Are you guys kidding? Come on, I'm gonna give it 5 Reviewniforms. Number 1, because I designed it. Hello, of course I am. Number 2, because this uniform is comfortable. I can tell you right now from our testing, I've even worn this thing myself just to see how it felt. And I can tell you that this is a comfortable, wonderful uniform for the servers to wear. Number 3, because the company had the foresight to look at their uniform and say, hey, I know we have a consistent brand, but it can be even better. Let's call on the experts. That's me, I'm the expert. Lastly, because this uniform is just dead sexy. I mean, it's cute, it's sexy, it's girl next door, it's a little bit fantasy. It's got all the elements of being a great uniform. So this was an easy 5 Reviewniforms from me. Okay guys, that was fun. I am ready for the next one.
When I look at a wig, I see an ongoing.
Yes, you guys. Did I just break the microphone? You guys, I have always been fascinated with these British court wigs. In fact, not just the wig, like the whole idea that the lawyers and the barristers, the judges, everybody is wearing the robes with the wigs. And it just seems so interesting and cool and old-fashioned, and why are they doing this? So I am super excited about learning about the British court outfit, uniform, wigs. Let's find out.
Tradition that stretches back many centuries, which we're very proud that we are still involved in and will continue to be a part of as long as we're needed to.
When I'm looking at these wigs, this is the first time I've really gotten a chance to, I guess, see them, up close on a video. You usually just see them in movies, right? It's always mystified me. And like I said, I've been fascinated with it, because lawyering and court is such a serious thing, but they're wearing a uniform that looks so costumey, a little bit comical, but also kind of regal. I don't know how I feel about it. I just know that I'm interested in it and it's unique. So let's find out more.
This great big story is inspired by Genesis.
Welcome to the oldest tailors in London. Founded back in 1689, for over 3 centuries they have dressed the judiciary system from ceremonial robes to handmade wigs.
Hold up. Did y'all hear that? We have reviewed some companies and some designs that have been around for a long time. But the fact that this singular company has made the British robes and wigs for 300 years just blows my mind. I mean, talk about tradition and carrying on a legacy. I think we can take everything they say at face value because these people know what they're talking about. Love it.
I'm Christopher Allen, and I'm Court and Ceremonial Manager at Eden Ravenscroft. The legal profession today dress in much the same way as they did several hundred years ago. They're a very traditional profession, and therefore there is quite a degree of prescription in the dress that you have to wear when you're appearing in open court making submissions.
Did y'all see how far he had his down? It was like a millimeter from his eyebrows. I don't know why that was bothering me so much. I just wanted to inch it up just a little bit, just a little bit.
So the judges have to dress in certain ways depending upon the rank of the judge, and the counsel appearing before them have to dress in certain ways according to their rank as well.
There are 3 types of legal wigs: the barrister's wig, the judge's wig, and the ceremonial full bottom wig.
First of all, a barrister, just in case, we're all very, very smart people here, but in case you didn't know, a barrister is just what they call a lawyer over in the UK. So we've got the barrister's wig, the judge's wig, which I'm obsessed with. Anyway, we'll get back to those little pigtails. But this ceremonial wig, yes, sign me up. This is giving me Amadeus. This is giving me 16th century. I mean, if you're gonna wear a wig, do the drama, okay? Like, let me have it.
This would only be worn on special occasions.
I'm excited to see what these are made out of because I'm looking at it and I know it's a wig, but is it constructed like just like a regular wig, or is there something special in there?
A barrister's wig will take about 3 weeks or so to make. For a judicial bench wig, which is slightly more complicated, you're looking more like 6 weeks. And the ceremonial full bottom wig is a good couple of months.
Wow, so we're talking about a wig that is taking, I mean, these are made by hand. Machine wigs are made in minutes or hours, but these are made by hand, and if you saw, they were fluffing out like and curling each little roll of hair like meticulously. This is handiwork like I've never ever seen before. And yeah, so I can see how this would take weeks or months. I wonder what kind of hair it is, because it was really coarse. I'm thinking it's some animal hair because it looked really thick and coarse, and when she was curling it, it looked like it would stay in that position, and human hair doesn't quite do that as much. Anyway, let's find out.
Wigs are made from horsehair. Once the hair has been cut,
ask and you shall receive.
It's washed and treated against any forms of disease. It's then graded by colour. This ranges from very light hair to fairly dark hair. The reason being is that a newly appointed barrister doesn't particularly want to have a brilliant white wig because it sets them aside as somebody that's very inexperienced and young within the profession, and therefore if it looks a little like it's old at the very start, then that is the look that they generally want to go for.
Okay, I'm obsessed with that story. If you're a new lawyer, you do not want a really white wig. It makes it look like you're a noob. So you want to get one that's a little grayer or a little more yellow to look like you've been there before, like you know what's up. I get that, and that sounds really, really cool. But then again, if it was me, I'd be like, I want the crispy white one. I want it new. I want it fresh. I want to glow in that courtroom, but that's me. Gosh, this totally reminds me of, talk about like wearing something that isn't appropriate, like wearing a bright white wig would really make you stand out in court. When I was in my 20s, I was dating a guy who was from London, and I went to visit his family. And when I got there, I was completely decked out. I had on a Burberry check dress, a Burberry bucket hat, Burberry shoes, and a Burberry bag. I did not look like the Tilted Kilt girls, let's just say that. I looked like a big old plaid mess. But I thought, I'm going to London, I should wear all this. This is what they wear, right? Burberry head to toe. And when I stepped off the train, he looked at me like, I don't believe I'm about to bring you to my parents dressed like this. You look like a rap guy's girlfriend. Yeah, so that's just my little story of wearing the wrong thing at the wrong time and looking like a noob. And it was in the UK as well. Lovely. So yeah, I've made fashion mistakes all around this world, but just a few. Just a couple. Very few. Actually, just that one.
Once the wig is ready, a newly appointed barrister can wear it and start appearing in court.
Y'all, the judge's wig with the little ponytails, no, they're little pigtails on the back with the hair made into a bow. Like, I love it. It's so extra, it's so weird. And how the front of the wig is really straight and everything else is really curled. I need more explanation on the style, but what I'm gathering is they just have been doing it this way forever, so they keep doing it this way. I'm feeling something, I'm channeling something. This is giving me a little bit of Joe Dirt, a little bit of court in the front and chaos in the back, maybe court in the front and cute in the back. Either way, the little pigtails are giving me what I need right now. I love it.
Andrew Eborn qualified as a barrister back in 1985.
The reason you wear the wig is mainly threefold. You deal with the solemnity of the court proceedings, you deal with the tradition, but most of all, it's about anonymity. It's like most uniforms. People wear uniforms because they are the great equalizer. Juries shouldn't be able to distinguish between the different advocates appearing before them. The feeling you get when you put on the wig for the first time is extraordinary because it's a rite of passage. It's rather similar, if you like, to a knight putting on his armor. What you're doing, you're getting ready for battle. All the years of work that went into becoming a barrister paid off. As a result of it, you actually feel ready, battle ready, if you like. You're getting in the mood.
Wow, okay. I love at the end what he had to say about uniforms. And I couldn't have said it better myself. What he said about uniforms was really on the money, and it really speaks to my heart and what I feel about uniforms. You know, a lot of our companies that I work with to redesign their uniforms, they have a long-standing legacy and tradition, and we want to honor that. That's something that I'm very used to, but he really brought something forward that I don't consider a whole lot. Anonymity. It's not saying that when you put on a uniform that you just become anonymous and you're not important anymore and you're a part of the crowd. A uniform gives you the anonymity of taking your personal self out of it and being part and playing a role, being part of a team. And that is definitely what these barristers and judges are doing. They are playing a role and they're being part of, the part of the court proceedings is a whole circus, if you will. So them being costumed and uniformed really makes sense. And I love the idea that when you go to court in the US, you may have a lawyer who's got on a $5,000 suit, and then the other lawyer is wearing a $99 Men's Warehouse suit, and he's got his briefs falling all over the place. And that may sway the jury in one way or the other. I don't know, thinking what the defendant or the plaintiff can afford. But in this case, both lawyers are dressed exactly the same, and that just makes perfect sense to me. I wonder why we don't do that in the US. Well, we don't have the tradition of it, and we're American. We just love our individuality. So essentially, I think what he is saying that a uniform can just switch up the vibe. When you put on that uniform, when you put on that wig, you become the thing. And that is what a uniform is all about. How many Reviewniforms do I give the British court wigs? Oh my gosh, 4 Reviewniforms, yeah. For the craftsmanship, for the tradition, no. Let's give the company that's been around for 300 years 5 Reviewniforms. I mean, the fact that you can not only stay in business that long, but produce something that is as prevalent. I mean, when we see that wig, we are put right into the UK, right into a courtroom. It is such a distinguishable look from just about anything we see in modern days. So this is a very easy 4 Reviewniforms, almost perfect. All right, guys, we're on a roll. What's next?
Next up, we've got the Mongolian State Armor Guard, also known as the Special Battalion of the Guard of Honor.
This, ladies and gentlemen, is a uniform. Holy moly. I'm just taken aback by, first of all, the gold on the helmet. This is very much giving me the, remember, I'll put a card up here. We reviewed samurai uniforms, and it very much reminds me of the very menacing headgear that they would wear to intimidate their foe. Just the colors and the shield on the front and those huge shoulders. Just to review what he said real quick, this is the Mongolian Honor Guard, and they are essentially the army for Mongolia, which, if you don't know, is a landlocked country between China and Russia. You guys, I'm sorry, but my breath is taken away. I absolutely love this so far.
Now, the Mongolian State Armor Guard was founded in 1955, but if you look at these uniforms, you're thinking, hey, this seems like it's going back to a totally different era.
You know what I'm also noticing? It's like their uniform looks so brand new, but their weapon is like an old school weapon. It's a cool combination. I like that. I like that a lot.
They were inspired by Genghis Khan. Makes a lot of sense. I mean, the guy conquered pretty much all of Asia and parts of Europe. The whole Mongol dynasty, that's what this is supposed to harken back to. When I look at the uniforms overall, I think they're actually pretty decent looking.
They're not decent, sir. These are epic. Gorgeous.
That's my opinion! That's my opinion!
The bright colors, that blue, the red, you know, the accents, I thought it was a little bit too much.
It's not too much. It's just enough. It's perfect.
The uniform seems like it would work, like you'd be able to move easily in this.
Okay, while they're marching, I just got a vision. There is something about this that is giving me Street Fighter. I don't know whether it's the shoulders or it's kind of the skirt-ish or the little kind of tulipy parts on the side. And you know what it is? Chun-Li. This is giving me Chun-Li with the swirl on the chest plate. And tell me I'm not crazy. There is something to this. I'm telling you right now, there is a Street Fighter influence in here. There is a gamer, a future gamer that designed this in the 50s. I feel it.
I also love the fact that they're carrying the old SKS. If you're not familiar with this weapon, it was basically the Soviet gift to the world. It was replaced by the AK-47.
I knew there was something different about this weapon. Yeah, so they're carrying like an old Russian weapon, which makes sense. First of all, because this uniform is very throwback. They would want to, you know, really stay in the vein of a traditional look. But it also makes sense that they would have these Russian weapons because they are literally positioned directly between Russia and China. So they would have influences from both cultures.
But talk about a weapon that's relatively accurate, cheap to manufacture, and it just gets the job done. Why would they go with this versus the AK-47, which is much more effective? Because the SKS just looks better. That, you know, wooden handle. I mean, this is a good looking ceremonial weapon.
If you look good, you feel good. That's what I'm saying. If I was fighting a war, I would want to have the best looking outfit because that would give me confidence to go out there, destroy my enemy. Fight! That was a Street Fighter reference. Once again, don't unsubscribe to me.
Along with the bayonet on it. So overall, you know, I definitely, was pretty impressed with what I saw.
This uniform is sparing no expense when it comes to the details on the gauntlet style cuffs. Do you see that beautiful embroidery? I'm just going to call them the swirls or the accents of gold all around the uniform. That's a lot of extra work, as well as these very imposing and very cool helmets that I wouldn't say are entirely practical, but they harken back to an Eastern Asian culture. You know, it's very Mongol of, a certain time. So this uniform has a lot of traditional elements to it, but it looks fresh and new and beautiful and a little bit like Street Fighter. So how many Reviewniforms do I give to the Mongolian State Honor Guard? 5. 5 Reviewniforms. You guys, for the color, for the tradition, for the looking like Street Fighter, it's the colors for me. I gotta tell you, the color scheme of this, they are not trying to blend in, they are trying to stand out. It's almost like they chose every cool element of all of the history of the, Mongolian uniforms and put them into one. Yes, it is a little busy, but it's also really, really gorgeous. So this was an easy 5 Reviewniforms. All right, guys, today was a fun one. I can't believe they stuck in a uniform that I designed. Maybe I should do a video with only uniforms that I've designed so I can just read myself for filth or give myself 5 Reviewniforms all around. I don't know, we'll see. Comment down below if you want to see a video like that. I would love to do it for you. So please, you guys, sound off in the comments. Let me know what you thought about the uniforms today. Are you a fan of the Tilted Kilt? Are you wondering what's underneath those kilt guys' kilts? I'll never tell. Did you love the Street Fighter descriptor that I gave to the Mongolian Honor Guard? Was I on point there? Or were you as fascinated as I was with those British court wigs made out of the horsehair, taking weeks and weeks to make? Oh my gosh, just the handiwork alone gets me so excited. Yes, please tell me, guys, what you think. Leave me a comment below. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any videos from Reviewniforms and Uniform Expert Reacts. And don't forget, the most important thing, it's okay to judge uniforms, but not people. Love everyone.